so this episode is actually brought to you guys from the good people over at my Patreon. I did a little poll over there where I showed them 4 different burgers and I asked them to vote on their favorite. The runner-up was an Ebby burger at Moss Burger, but the winner was from Lotteria, and it's called the extra thick extra thick double cheeseburger, something like that. So I picked up a set, and as you know, in Japan, when you get drinks to go, they tend to come in a bag like that, and the set was 840 yen. If I just got the burger by itself, it would have been 450 yen, I believe. I got some fries, and at Lotteria they also come with a little packet of seasoning. They have various flavors over there. Wow, there it is. So yeah, it says thick meat cheese hamburger. Thick meat cheese hamburger is what they called it. It's not really huge, but I guess it's thick. Okay, so here is the thick meat hamburger, I guess. Oh, it's in its diaper already. Let me just pull that out for you. So the cool thing about this, wow, it really has a very cheesy smell. I don't know if you can see, but the bun itself is actually infused with cheese. So it's a cheese bun, and apparently there are two kinds of cheese here. There's cheddar and Gouda. And then there is the thick patty. It said it's 2.5 centimeters thick. You can be the judge of that. Underneath, we've got onions and a demi-glace sauce. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so there we go. That is the thick double cheeseburger, or the thick, what do they call it? The thick cheese hamburger is what they called it. So let me give this a try. I just love the smell of it. It smells so cheesy. I was a little worried, based on the picture, that the meat was just going to be just this thick kind of meatball. But it doesn't really look as thick as the poster depicted it to be. It's still pretty thick. It's probably the thickness of 2 of their regular patties. But, you know, it works. The onions are grilled. The demi-glace sauce is a nice touch. There's no other veggies apart from the onions on it, so I'm liking all the cheese on it. It's not over cheesy because of that thick patty. I'd almost say that this patty is almost like a Hamburg steak that they have here in Japan a lot. It's like a Salisbury steak, right? They just call it Hamburg, and usually it's served with onions and gravy as well. So it's basically what I'm eating is a Hamburg, but I really like this cheesy bun and the cheese. It'd be better if it had more cheese, obviously, but I can't tell if it's Gouda or cheddar. It's just all mixed up in there, but it's still pretty good. Not as messy as I thought it would be. I mean, it is what it is, if you can use that expression. But I would much prefer it if it was more of a classic hamburger flavor. Pickles, you know, lettuce, that kind of stuff. Ketchup and mustard. It's alright though. I really like this cheesy bun. But yeah, it's like eating a Hamburg steak, right? Okay, so thanks a lot to my Patreons for choosing that hamburger. Of all the hamburgers that I showed, that was probably the one I was kind of most interested in trying, I'll be honest. The fact that you guys selected the Ebby burger as the second place, I don't know. I was a little surprised, but I guess I realized that you guys want to see that kind of stuff, so maybe I'll go try that one out as well. Okay, we also got some fries here, and they quite often come with a fry seasoning at Lotteria. They showed me 3 flavors that I could choose from this time. One of them was a butter flavor, another was like a consomme, and then there was this one, which is a sweet potato. So thought I'll give it a try. Sweet potato. The latest fry seasoning that we got from McDonald's, the wild barbecue, that was really amazing. I'll put a link over to Ken's channel. I sent him a package as one of my Patreons. He actually got a package of that sent to him, so he gave it a try the other day, and if you want to see what he thought of it, I'll put a link down in the description. You can go check that out. But this right here is the sweet potato Wow, it has a really sweet, surprising sweet aroma. Let's chuck this in here. It's kind of dark. Okay, and then let's give this a shake. And as I like to do, let me just tear this off. There we go. And I'm not sure if it really looks much different to you or not. Not really, I don't think. But it does smell very sweet in here, so you can't really see much on there. Very interesting. I'd almost say, I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up. Like, I can see it, but it looks like there's like little specks of sugar. I mean, it could be salt, but it tastes kind of on the sweet side and not really salty. It has that sort of classic sweet potato flavor, though. It's not just sugar thrown on your fries. It's good. It's almost like you could have this for dessert after your burger. It's like if you put a sort of sugary butter on your fries. Very, very light on the butter, though. If you can imagine that. I like them. They're pretty good. You definitely wouldn't want to put ketchup on these after you did this. I know some of you have been asking about my trip to Canada that I took last month. I did take a few videos, and I will be releasing those shortly. So if you're new to the channel and then you just start wondering why these videos are about Canada when it's supposed to be about Japan, well, that's why. The main reason I went to Canada was, well, my mother's kind of a little bit sick, and I was kind of worried it may be the last chance that I would get to see her, maybe, you know what I mean? So in my mind, I wasn't thinking, you know, YouTube opportunity, let's take videos, but once I got there, it sort of seemed not as bad as I had feared, and you know, I filmed a few videos. Unfortunately, I didn't really get a chance to do any collaborations with anyone else. I didn't really know anyone. I went to Halifax. I didn't really know anyone there that was in the YouTube scene anyhow. Maybe next time I go, I'll try to team up with somebody that can, you know, show me around Halifax and know the ins and outs a bit better than I do. So yeah, my trip to Canada took me to Halifax, but on my way home, it was going Halifax to Montreal, then back to Tokyo. It was like just a one stop in Montreal, so I thought that was great because it was only like an hour. So when I got to the airport in Halifax, they're like, no, you can't get on this flight. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They said we overbooked, and they bumped me, so I had to catch a flight the next day. But they went and rerouted everything. So instead of going Halifax, Montreal, Tokyo, you know, just as quick as possible, they rerouted me, so I went Halifax, Toronto, Calgary, Tokyo, and it added an extra 5 hours onto my flight. So it took me about 29 hours from the time I headed to the airport to the time I walked in my door back here in Japan. I think it would have saved me, what, 5 hours had I been able to get on my original flight, plus the extra day. I mean, I was a little bit upset, but at the same time, I got an extra day to stay there, you know what I mean? So that was my experience with that. But yeah, I am going to upload the videos that I did take in Halifax coming soon. So watch for those to come out. Plus, I brought some stuff back, and I recorded a video with some of my gaming friends. They did like a blind taste test to try to identify what these, you know, Canadian snacks were that I brought back. So watch for those. And a big thank you to my Patreons for choosing this burger this time. It wasn't as big as I thought it might be, but it was still good. You know what I mean? So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you guys in the next video.